I hope so.
It actually will feel the
It's
spirit.
the pole.
We're getting sand stands.
Yeah, he's blending in with the background. Should have wore a red shirt. Jeez.
We'll leave it here.
Somebody bumps into it, I'm not responsible.
We'll split it.
How's the retirement?
That's been great so far. John got an infection in his hand. We've been dealing with that for the last 2 months. So it's pretty much sucked so far. It'll only get better.
Well, if it starts out bad, then give it over.
There you go. There you go. Oh, that's on. He's going to hear all that.
I don't know if that's going to sound or just
about how much it sucks. Yeah, but he's doing better. He finally could start driving yesterday, so I'm pretty happy about that.
I got your number.
Anyway.
That's good. Hang in there.
Well, he went in the hospital September 4th. Just got cleared to drive yesterday, so what is that, 7 days? Forever. This is really not. Yeah.
If that's the worst he ends up with, that's okay.
Well, yeah.
You look around, you see some of these people.
We weren't even sure he could use the hand. But it looks like it's going to come back.
So he's not playing or anything.
Well, he hasn't. He's been down. He did pick up the clarinet, was able to. He doesn't have any feeling in his finger, so it makes it a little hard for clarinet. But so he can play, but it's going to be a while before he gets the facility back. He played Begin the Beguine the other night. That's nice.
He's working his way towards flight the bumblebee. It's one of those fluky things. How you been? We took a trip in September. We were gone for about
Where'd you go?
She has a son in New Mexico and a daughter in Arizona. So, but we went down into Texas, went down to Riverwalk.
Oh, yeah.
I never
Yeah,
been
was
there.
that San Antonio? Yeah. We haven't either, but
you'd enjoy it.
he used to listen to that program all the time with the kid. I mean, when it was he was at school, and so he got in tune to that program. And so we've always wanted to go down there. We have a daughter in Dallas, so but I've never made it. She lived in Houston, so we've been to those two, but we've never been to San Antonio.
Yeah, we went down, we drove on this trip. We drove, got to Mesquite, which is just outside of Dallas, then we go down to Austin, and then into San Antonio. And we were right on the Riverwalk, and we come down to the hotel.
Nice.
Right there. And so we spent 2 full days there, and then we went up to El Paso. We got my grandsons in Phoenix, and picked him up. Then we went to Sedona and spent 4 days there. Then we went to New Mexico, spent 4 days 5,400 miles.
Wow. Oh, you drove it.
Yeah. Last year we drove. We went to northern route, which I could never do when I was working because I'd have to do in the winter. You can't. We went to Yellowstone. Down to Utah.
That's what I want to do. I want to travel. We had made arrangements to go up to New England. One of his students had places up there. He said, I want you to come up and be my guest. And we were emailing back and forth. I said, I want to go in the fall when the leaves turn. Which I thought would be a really good drive up. And we were getting the final email I was going to make to him was, we're coming this date to this date. And that's when we got sick of that. I had to write, well, about that. I guess we're not. So we never did it.
Well, that's why when we get a chance to do this, the year before last, we've been trying to do every year. The year before last, we went to Mount Rushmore in that area. And then last year, we went up, like I said, went up to Yellowstone. And then this time, so why don't we go south just for something different? And she hadn't been down in that area before, so we went down. There wasn't much you could do scenery right because traffic was heavy when you started going around Dallas and all those places.
Yeah, it's terrible driving there. Yeah.
We're going 85 miles an hour with the trucks right behind you. It's scary. But then when you get in the open areas, it's nice.
Yeah, she lives over by the airport. They're always doing construction there. It's terrible trying to get around there. I want to say like maybe she got married. She was living in Houston and then they lived in Dallas. So when she got married, then she was there. I want to say about 4 or 5 years. So we've only gotten into the city of Dallas once. We went to see the Civic War Museum, where Oswald shot Kennedy, the store. That was the only time we went to Dallas. So she lives near the airport, so that's as far as we go.
If you ever get over to Phoenix, I don't know if you've ever been there or not, if you ever get there from around out west, they just opened up, and my daughter sent me tickets. It's in North Phoenix. It's called the MIM Museum. It's a musical instrument museum. It's instruments from every country in the world.
Oh, wow, I mean, that's neat.
Oh my God, you spend the whole day there. And you go to these little displays and they show the instruments. Some of these are like Africa, it's bizarre, but the instruments. And then they have a video you wear in the earphones.
Yes, that's the way this bookstore did my story well. Yeah.
And then they play a little bit of the music with those instruments.
Oh, neat.
And
Yeah.
then you see
Yeah.
and then, oh my God, and then they have a whole room with like all of England and all of France.
Yeah,
And all
neat.
this.
This is the kind. I've never been anywhere. We never could afford it unless we took 200 kids with us. My husband was a band director, so we'd go to Florida every other year. And that was our vacation. Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. I used to take, because I work a lot of hours and around the clock right now. So in the winter, when the kids were small, we would take them down. My mother had a condo right near Disney, so the kids were young, and we'd take them to the park. But that would be like a 2-week max on the thing. And it was always in the middle of winter, which I could take a little time off right there. Well, then
It
when
was
they,
hard pulling the kids from school, though, too.
yeah, well, but they were good students, and they were in special classes, so I wasn't worried about them losing. In fact, they'd come back, I think they were kind of ahead of the class, few things that they did what they had to do. But then when they got older and they went for schooling, and they went for masters and stuff, they went out west. And so then we would go out west, and be with them. And then we got a chance to see some of that.
That's like our girls went to Chicago, and that was the first time I ever went to Chicago, was when they started going to school there. Yeah, that's...
Like my daughter, she used to go up to Grand Canyon just to watch the sunsets. It was right up in Flagstaff. So I wanted to see Grand Canyon because now I've been there many times. So it was a good opportunity. The trouble is, it's expensive to see the kids. You know, if they live in Pittsburgh, you get in the car, you drive down.
Right,
You
right.
go out there.
Well, the one nice thing, Lisa works for American Airlines there in Dallas. So parents get standby flights. So you pay the tax, which is so I want to take advantage of this while she's still working there. And, we've got that health and we can travel. I mean, it's like the stars line up and he's never sick. And I'm
Keep focused.
I'm gonna fly. My one daughter just moved to Nashville. I've never been there, so next week I'm flying down there.
We went down there. She was a big Elvis fan, so she had his autograph. She met him in person. So we went down to Graceland and did that thing, and we've been to Branson and of course St. Louis we go to all the time. But the only places we haven't been were Florida in the spring. We haven't been to New England, anywhere up in New England. I haven't been up in the Northwest, but I have like a cousin lived up in Seattle, and they keep saying, come on up there, that would be good.
That's a good view.
Okay, smile. It wasn't on the floor long. Ask them. How you doing?
Is that sound going on that too?
Yeah.